Okay, so good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Sunday night's Creating Nations call. My name's Denny Leask. I'm an Executive Regional Vice President and an Independent Consultant, and I'm really excited to deliver to you guys today and to talk to you about vision. I know that vision's been our big topic in the last 2 weeks, and it's been a big focus, and there's a lot of reason behind that. I believe it's 100% the backbone to your entire business. So Kelly reached out to me a few days ago and asked if I would share a very similar training to our leadership retreat training, because that one I did was for area managers. Oh, hang on, sorry guys. I've just got... I know, darling. I'm really sorry that happened. Can you shut this door, Andy, please? Andy, can you shut the door? Sorry, everyone. There. Is that better? Sorry, guys. My little boy come in and he's crying and he's like, Brooke pinched me. Anyway, all good. Okay, let's keep moving forward. So everyone, yes, good. Thanks, Susan. Thanks, Stace. So what I was saying was that Kelly reached out and asked to do this training because a lot of, the training I did was just for area managers. So a lot of you guys haven't heard this. Most of you haven't heard this. So I'm excited to bring this to you tonight. So I'm going to get straight into it. Creating your vision. And this is also around your goals as well, guys. Really setting your goals. I say all the time that to have a strong vision, you have to have a strong set of goals. And I love Jim Rohn says, and it's a bit harsh, but it's so true. He says when he gets someone new that he's mentoring and he sits them down, he says, okay, show me your life goals. What do you want to achieve in your life? What do you want to do? And they go, oh, I haven't got any goals. I don't know what I'm going to do. And he says, well, I bet I can guess your bank account. And I bet I can guess that you might be a bit on struggle street. And it's so true. Jim Rohn is such a leader and a coach with such a big full heart. And he says these things with so much love, with full intentions to help you change that and create the lifestyle that you really want. So don't underestimate goal setting, guys. Do you know only 1% of people set goals? 1%. How insane is that? So true. And do you know 1% of the entire population make 90% of the money in the world? How crazy is that? I bet you it's not a coincidence that they're the goal setters. So, set your goals, guys. There's magic that happens when you put that pen to paper. And the stronger your goals are, absolutely the stronger your vision is. So when you look at your future, guys, do you look at your future with apprehension or with anticipation? Because so many times we look at the future with, crippling apprehension purely because it's not thought out, it's not well planned. We're just dealing with it as it goes and trying to survive. Can anyone relate to that? It's a bit week by week. It's a bit, if something comes up and someone's getting married somewhere, it's like, how are we going to get the funds for this? And, this is how I was before Arbonne. So I speak, from that place. And it was such a stressful time. And I just remember living with so much apprehension and always feeling that. And I just wanted it to be anticipation instead. I wanted to be excited for my future. And the way you get excited for your future is when you plan it, when you know what's going to happen. You don't react to stuff. You're prepared. You knew it was going to happen and you have a plan. And it's such a big difference. It's an absolute game changer for your life. Can you imagine another 20 years of your life looking forward with apprehension? Imagine how exhausting and empty that is. So set it out, map it out. No, grab the steering wheel and take control. If you don't make plans for your life, you'll fall into someone else's plans, 100%. And guess what someone else's plans are for you? Not much. They're not much. It's so true. Don't ever kid yourself there. And, Jim Rohn talks about how, we're afraid to do things and afraid to take risks and afraid to put ourselves out there. And we end up just living a not much lifestyle instead. Like, isn't that more scary? And it's so true. What have you got to lose? Nothing. And really putting yourself out there and setting them goals and setting that vision to exactly what you want. Don't be realistic. Set it to what you really want to achieve. And it took me time to do this. When I look at my first goals that I set and the first vision that I painted to what my vision is now, it has absolutely magnified, you know, like without a shadow of a doubt. Your belief grows, and that comes from working on you. That doesn't just happen at the snap of your fingers. You can't just end the call and say, right, I'm going to be a 10 white ENVP and I'm going to hold that vision, because a part of you won't believe it. And until all of you believes it, it will never happen. Debbie Neal says your business will never grow past the belief in your vision. And it's so true, and it's so powerful. And the only way that belief comes is from grounding that solid personal development, growing who you are, leading from the front, and being someone who has full belief in themselves. And, you know, confidence isn't something that people are born with. It's not something that comes naturally to people. I hear a lot of people say to me, and it, you know, to be honest, it drives me nuts. It drives me so crazy. But they say, you're so lucky that you're just able to talk to people and that you're confident. I'm just not like that. And, you know, when I first started this business, I lived in Mackay. I knew nobody, no one. I just moved there. I remember handing my first business card over, and the lady asked me if I was okay, because I was shaking so bad. I was so cripplingly scared. But I had to I was so determined to push myself. And sometimes the more you push yourself in those moments, the closer you're getting to big, exciting goals. You're getting outside of that comfort zone, and it's so powerful and so important to do. And, you know, getting back to what I was talking about, that confidence, building that is like a muscle. You build it. You're not born like with these big confident guns, you know, it doesn't work like that. You've got to build them up. You've got to create them. And it all comes with vision. It all comes with seeing it first. Oh, just getting interrupted again. No, can you hop out, please, and go to Daddy? Go and tell Daddy. Can you go and tell Daddy, please, Andy? Andy, go and let Daddy know, please. Thank you. I'll be out in a second, honey. Shut the door. Pull the door shut, please. I'm being so nice and patient. I'm like, Andy, I've got 23 women watching me. I need to be the perfect mum right now. So funny. Okay, so where am I up to? So there's a promise of the future if you design it and if you visualize it. Yeah, I know. I'm just joking, Susan. I know you guys don't judge me. And it has a tremendous effect on your life. And I want to put emphasis on the word promise, because it really is. You know, I remember thinking when people said to me that, you know, if you set goals, you will make your life better. If you have this big, if you visualize, Danny, spend 10 minutes a day and visualize, you will make your life better. And not until I really believed that it would, that I actually did it. So the promise, don't underestimate that. Have faith in that promise that it will make your life better. Does that make sense? Do you know what I'm trying to say? So, because until you believe it and believe that it's a promise that it will 100% happen, you'll be hesitant to do it. If you know for a fact it's going to change, be a massive game changer, your goals would be set, laid out, crystal clear, vision set, you would be so on your way. But there's a part of you that feels like it still might not give you that lifestyle that you want, but it will. It's a promise, guys. It's a promise for a better future without a shadow of a doubt. And, oh, now my slideshow's not working. There we go. And a promise means a price, 100%. And, you know, Jim Rohn talks about, I talk about Jim Rohn a lot. I know I do. I just love him. But, you know, he says that if the promise is clear and powerful, the price is easy to pay. Isn't that so true? I remember a long time ago, Kelly and Stacey, you girls will remember this. It was when I went down and seen Tony Robbins in Sydney, and he said that imagine that there was a little island, and around the island was a lake, and in the lake was filled with crocodiles, and then on the land outside the island was like 5-legged, you know, seriously infected kangaroos with, you know, all sorts of pus and bacteria and everything coming out. They were like frothing at the mouth, right? And they're circling around that lake, and then there's a fence, a 5-meter high voltage electric fence. And on the bed in the house, in the very center of all of this, is a $100 note. Who is going to try to get into that house? No one. No one. There's no way you would. But now let's imagine someone you love is in that house. See how the price becomes easy to pay like that in a second, because the vision is clear. why you're doing it is crystal clear. And all of a sudden you're starting to think, how can I get over that fence? How can I get past them kangaroos? How can I get through that river? I need to get to that house. And that's the power of when you know what it is, when your goal is set, you know why you're doing it and you're crystal clear about it, that the price becomes easy to pay. It's when we're not clear, when we're not backing it, when we're not believing it, that it feels like it's too hard to pay. And that's when we hesitate, doubt ourselves and our energy. And I'll get into all of that soon, how it all, it works into a cycle. So get a handle on your future. Don't leave it to anyone else, as I said before. And it's so, so simple, guys. We overthink this so much when it comes to writing down goals. It's a matter of deciding what you want and you write it down. That's it. Decide what you want. Deciding is the crucial word there. There's nothing worse than sitting on the fence. You'll just sit on the fence and then before you know it, 10 years has gone by and you're still sitting on that stupid fence. You've got to make that decision and go. And the universe will get out of your way, you know, and it'll start to, have you guys ever been in a frame of mind with your business where you feel like you're in control and you've made the decision, and then all of a sudden you meet someone that day who says yes to a one-on-one, or you meet someone that day who says, yes, I'd love a business appointment. I have that happening all the time. And it's because I've decided. They come to me. I'm not, you know, it's like, what's that saying? Success isn't something you chase, it's something you attract. And it's so true. So you've got to decide what you want and write it down so that things can start moving towards you to help that happen. So decide what you want, write it down. Where do you want to go in life? What do you want to do? What do you want to see, be, have? What do you want to share? Is there places and institutes and charities and stuff that you want to support? What do you want to be known for? What skills do you want to learn? What extraordinary and ordinary things? What foolish things? You know, it's so important to remember that this is your list. It's your list. So you can write down whatever you want. You know, I said at Leadership Retreat, use a code if you want, if you're worried someone's going to find your list and you don't want them to know the crazy things that you want. Go for it. I remember on my list when I first started, there was definitely a handful of people that I really wanted to take somewhere in my Mercedes because they gave me grief. And, you know, it's not noble by far, but it's something you guys have got to do just once. You've got to feel that feeling of showing someone who said that you couldn't, that you did. Like I said, it's not noble, but it's something you've got to do at least once. Jim Rohn said one time he paid a debt collector in dollar bills and he owed them like $10,000 or something, and he took suitcases in with dollar bills in it. So funny. And he's like, you've got to do this stuff just one time. Just feel that. And it's so true. Know your philosophy. On a side note too, guys, this is so crucial to your vision. Google philosophy. After this, if you need some help, I really needed help writing my philosophy. I didn't know where to even start with that. So there are so many trainings out there around working out what your philosophy is. Jim Rohn talks about Mr. Shelf a lot. You guys would hear that all the time if you ever plug into Jim Rohn. Mr. Shelf was his coach. So he always says, Mr. Shelf said, always. And whenever he says that, hold on to your seat because it's going to be something that just hits you in the chest. It's like, that is so powerful. That is so true. And I'm applying that to my life. And he said, Mr. Shelf said to him that he was showing him his goals, writing them out. And he said, you need to set a goal to be a millionaire. And Jim Rohn's like, what? A millionaire? I can't do that. Because we all do that immediately. We all immediately go, oh no, like this just, you know, I was inspired and then you just took it too far. Who can do that? And the reality is hundreds of thousands of people have done that, have become millionaires. So lots of people can. So if they can, you can. And there are many, many millionaires in network marketing. So if they can, you can. And he says, but, you know, Mr. Shelf says, I'm going to tell you why you need to set a goal to become a millionaire. And Jim Rohn's like, I know why. You don't need to tell me why. I know plenty of reasons why it's important to become a millionaire. And he goes, no, I don't think you do. I think you're missing the main point. And the main point is for the person it will make you if you achieve it. Can you imagine the personal growth, what you would have learned, how you would have grown, what the people you would have given back to? You know, it's not about the money. Can you imagine the strength that you would have to reach that status quo? To know that if anything happened the next day, you could build it again. because it's not the money, it's you. You are $1 million mindset now. That's crazy, hey? I remember one time Cass House said to me, you can't pour $1 million into a $1,000 mindset. You've noticed people win the lotto all the time and they lose it all. It's so true. It starts in here. You've got to grow that to that mindset. Where am I up to? Two big things to remember when setting goals, guys. So we're talking about setting goals now. I want you to think of the two big things to remember when you're doing this. The first one is don't set them too low. You know, have you heard that saying, it's better to hit a goal, to set a goal too high and miss it than set a goal too low and achieve it? That's so powerfully true. So, so true. Don't join the easy crowd. You know, hang around with people who force you to level up. I'm so passionate about that. And I have so many friends that I love so much, but I'm very careful with how much time I spend around them and how much I allow them to be in my life. Because when stuff gets tricky for me, they immediately go, oh, Denny, yeah, you know what? You should just be so glad that you've got as far as you've got. I wouldn't even worry about it anymore. Sit down. Let's have a wine. Let's just chill out. Don't worry about your goals. Just leave it. Don't be stressed. And, you know, it takes a very strong character to not go there when it feels tough, doesn't it? Because it's every part of your body wants to go there. So and instead to drift myself and call Stacey, to drift myself and call Kelly instead, and have them encourage me, just changes everything. It's such a game changer. So don't set goals too small. Don't join the easy crowd. Call up and talk to people who will help you level up to your goal. It's such a game changer, massive, massive game changer. And the second one is don't compromise. Don't sell out. You know, you don't want to reach your goal, but you're not happy with the person you are at the end of the road. That's just too big of a price. Hold your philosophy, your morals, your core values so close to you. Be authentically you every step of the way. Don't set them too low and don't compromise. Stay true to you. So it's a really simple formula, guys. You've got your long range goals, which are your big goals. You've got to dream. And, you know, I shared this at Leadership Retreat as well because I just found it so moving. There's this great book and it's called The Children of Sanchez, and it's about a Mexican family who lived in the slum parts of Mexico in a little place called Tepito. The author, Oscar Lewis, wrote in that book, you can take the crumbs from the starving soldiers, they won't die. You can take the bread from the hungry children, they won't die. But without dreams, we all die. You've got to dream. And it's so, so, so true. Set those big dreams. They're your long range goals. And then you've got your short range goals, which is what you want to achieve tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. They're your confidence builders. How good does it feel when you tick off a goal? There's a little confidence muscle. You're getting one in your six pack. Build those muscles. I'm not reading the comments down the side. Sorry. Yeah, thanks, Kel. Yeah, so they're your confidence builders. So, and they want to be around three categories. They want to be based around economics, things, like everything. Like I said, it's fun to tick it off, guys. It builds your confidence muscles. So write everything down that you want to tick. Don't be the guy who goes through life with their fingers crossed and never knowing if he's ticking or missing anything. You're just floating through. You know, don't be that guy. Know what you're going for and tick it off. And like I said, guys, tick off everything. I spoke about this at Leadership Retreat too. This might give you a laugh. This is a big tick for me every day. And it starts my day with a confidence tick. Getting up. Getting up for my kids. That's a big deal for me. And it's a massive, changes the entire shape of my day when I do that. Just giving me that extra hour to 2 hours in the morning before them makes me such a better person. But my husband gets up like the other dog. He gets up happy as Larry and I'm the one next to it. And it's so frustrating because I'm like the Grim Reaper in the morning. But I do it. And then I tick myself off my list. I'm building that confidence muscle straight away and going for the day. So my point is, whatever's challenging for you, it might be drinking 2 litres of water, 3 litres of water. That might be challenging for you. Put it on your list because when you tick that off, it's going to make you feel good. And personal development. You need to be stronger, more decisive, and build your leadership skills because this is ultimately what's going to attract people to your business, guys. People don't join the products, they join you and they join your vision. Shut. Sorry, kids everywhere. So you've got to work on your goals. Many people work on their job but not on their future. Isn't it ironic? People who fail to plan to fail. B, write them down. The future doesn't get better by hope. It gets better by plan. And C, check the size and the kind of goals that you have. Your goals affect you. When you set a goal, they affect how you shake someone's hand. They affect how your attitude is towards people, your personality, the way you walk, talk, and dress. Who goes in to a product presentation like they're already an executive national vice president? Who gets out and shuts that door and has that sass and walks in and owns it? Because that's everything. Well done, Mia. Go you. I remember, if your vision only goes as far as district, you're never going to go past that. You're going to walk in like a district. You're going to shake hands like a district. Does that make sense? Not that there's anything wrong with that, because there's not. But I'm saying when you want to visualize and go big, the bigger your goals are, it changes everything. We're being affected all the time by our goals, by what we're thinking that we want to achieve. You don't jump out of bed in the morning excited and motivated and ready to move mountains when your goal is to pay some more bills. It's not going to happen. It's depressing as. The goal's got to be big. It's got to be bigger than you. It's got to be visualized. You've got to be like. So, in closing, I want to share Tony Robbins' philosophy here, because I think it's just bang on. And he talks about the effect that your vision has on everything that you do. So you can see you've got a chart here, and it starts with your belief. Hang on 2 seconds. Oh yeah, I am on the right page. It starts with your belief. So when you believe and you have that vision, you believe that your potential's better, right? When you believe that your potential's better, you take better action. You do crazy stuff. I've done so many things in my business that my family and friends and stuff have said to me, I can't believe you just drove 3.5 hours for a product presentation there and back in one day. And I'm like, I had to. Andy's got to go to school tomorrow. And they're like, that's just crazy amount of effort though. And it's like, well, I want to be an ENVP. So that's like massive income. So it's going to require massive action. You got to think big, be holding on to that big picture all the time. And that's what makes you take that big action. And when you've got that belief that you've got the potential to do it, you will take that big action. And then that big action leads to big results. And not just big actions in terms of physically, but mentally as well. You'll say what you need to say at the product presentation. You'll be confident enough to say it. You'll be confident enough to say to that person who is very successful in what they're already doing and they'd rock this business, you'll be confident enough to say, I would love to get a coffee with you and explain this business to you. It may or may not be for you, but I'm just getting this feeling that you would smash it. And if it's not for you, that's cool, but I would just love to explain it so that you understand what it is, in case it is. It gives you all of that comes when you've got that belief and that vision. Build your potential, build your action. That's what's going to give you the better results. And guess what the better results do? They fuel your vision even more. And your vision just went from, oh, I thought I was great before. Now I think I'm a rock star. And then now your potential is rock star potential and you're taking rock star action. Does that make sense? It's so powerful. We really underestimate the power that our vision has. Right back at the beginning. That is everything. Because if you've got low belief and low vision, you're not going to think your potential's that good. Oh, I kind of think I can do it. I'll see if I reach district. I'll give this a go and I'll see if I reach district. So you're thinking my potential's like, oh, I might make a district manager. And then your potential leads to that kind of action, because a maybe kind of district manager isn't going to be taking big, bold, crazy action. And then you're not going to get the results. You kind of sort of take an action, so you're going to kind of sort of get results. And guess what happens when you go back to the belief and vision part? It's been damaged. It's now even worse. It's now like, what have I done? And this is how the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. And it's so powerful. So you've got to back yourself. It's where it starts and where it ends. We're either damaging or we're boosting ourselves all the time. So, and guys, I want to talk too about with your vision, not to move into, who's done the Brandon Barber coaching on here? If you have, just put up in the chat bar down the side so that I know you'll know what I'm talking about. But he talks in there about moving into the castles in the sky. And I think it's really important to bear this in mind when we're talking about vision, because the castles in the sky is when you just live in your vision all the time. So, you know, and I've done this many a times too. You go to bed at night and you just close your eyes and you can just see Maui, you can smell the waves, you can see the sand, you can see your bank account. You know, this is good to do too, it is, but you have to visualize the process as well, not just that. If you're always visualizing the end result, what happens is when you hit the speed bumps in the way, they really suck even worse because you've been living in this vision. So when the alarm goes off at 4 a.m., you're like, no, this isn't Maui. This isn't right. And then you get a message on your phone and it says, I can't do the one-on-one today. You know, my son's got a snotty nose. And you're like, oh, this isn't Maui. This is crap. This isn't working for me. And, you know, you start to beat yourself up and it makes it harder. So visualize when you're in bed and at nighttime. I start my day with, there's great morning meditations on YouTube. I start my day with them and they help me set my intentions for the day and visualize my perfect day. And as I visualize my perfect day, I visualize myself in activity in that day as well. I visualize myself handling objections. I visualize myself and my husband working together. You know, I visualize the whole day. I visualize a workout in the morning and how good that makes me feel. You know, I visualize driving in my car, my beautiful Mercedes, wherever it is that I'm going to do activity. Visualize the whole process. Yeah, you've got it. It's so helpful to set the intention for the day. So true. Because sometimes we, you know, when we visualize, we just visualize the end and we don't visualize the process. So take that on board as well. So that's it for me, guys. I just thought I'd finish up on a bit of Q&A. Is there any questions anyone has, if they want to unmute themselves or pop it in the chat bar?
Danny.
Dan, awesome. Thanks, Amy. I'll
Can you hear me?
Screen share. Stop share.
Danny, can you hear me?
Yay! I can see you all again. Awesome. Well, thanks so much, guys. I'm so glad that you enjoyed it. I hope you got a lot out of it. And don't hesitate if you have any questions now to pop them in. Are you guys feeling strong for your visions? Are you going to go and update your vision boards? Like, here's an example. I'll show you. See, the top corner of my vision board is activity. And it says, opportunities to find business builders and future NBPs are everywhere, every day for me. And it's like, Arbonne's my vehicle. And down here I've got what activity looks like. You know, it's not just all the roses at the end. It's so important. All right, guys, well, I'm going to love yous and leave yous.
Danny!
The best Sunday night. Oh, stop. Kelly, are you trying to stop me? Unmute yourself.
I am.
Oh, my God.
I have a question.
Sorry. How do I unmute you now? Hello?
I don't know why it says I'm unmuted, but you can't hear me. I'm like, no, stop. Can you share with everyone, if you're comfortable, what your vision is like?
Yeah, sure. I'll do
Oh, they can hear me. They can hear me now. They can hear me.
Oh.
Okay, cool.
I can't hear you. You're not coming through my computer.
Maybe you need to.
Oh, yeah, no, I can hear you. Okay. Sorry, guys. Oh, my goodness. See, anyone can do this business, seriously, for real life. It's true. So Cal just asked me to share my vision with you guys, and I would love to share my vision with why I run my business as passionately as I do, and my vision has changed so many times. So when I very first started, it was to keep my husband home. He was in the 3rd year of his electrical apprenticeship. I was so stressed of talking about money every single day and living with that apprehension that I was talking about before. And my cousin was going to get married and I was working out how on earth we were going to get the money together to go to her wedding, and it was just so stressful. So it was all about money for me in the beginning when I first got started. 12 months in, when I started to see the difference it was making on a lot of people's lives in my business, and I seen especially mums, you know, from a mum's perspective, and I could see mums having more time with their kids and being home. And I remember Nicole ringing me and saying that she was so excited that she didn't have to go back to work. Her maternity leave was up, but she didn't have to go back to work, and she was over the moon. And then this switch flicked inside of me, and I realized my vision is to help others. I really want to help others create this financial freedom as well, to be able to make the choices and do what they want to do and live where they want to live. You know, beautiful Amy Formosa, she's on the phone now. To see her transformation in the last 6 months humbles me to my core. I can really hear her backing herself, taking charge of her business. I can see the momentum starting in her business now. And, you know, to see her with this new glow as she steps into her greatness is just, to me, I love it. And, you know, on top of that, I would love to travel the world. I would love to take my kids and live in Africa for a bit, and then go and live in America for a little bit, and go and live in London for a little bit, and just, you know, homeschool on myself and just live all around the world. And I want them to have big attitudes of gratitude, and I would love them to see places that aren't as fortunate as their own backyard here. And I would love them to be contributing in those places and making a difference there, because that feels so much better than any paycheck ever could even come close to. And I want to give that to them so that they've got that drive in them as well going forward. So yeah, that's my vision, 100%. I'm excited and I'm so close. I know it. You know, this is the other thing, guys. You set your vision, right? And you might feel like it's like this far away, like it's so far, so crazy far. But the thing is, once you decide that is your vision, you declare it and you stick it up, it's just become this far away. Seriously, take it to the bank. It's so true. It's amazing how stuff just starts to move into your circle and stuff starts to happen. It's so exciting. So yeah, that's my vision. That's why I believe vision is the backbone to your business. Go rock your businesses. Finish your month where you visualized it. Declare it. You can do it. Back yourself. Am I okay to go now, Cal? Oh, good. All right. Thanks heaps, everyone. Have a great night. Bye.